She smells like mop water, and somebody needs to tell.
Joseline sat quietly on the edge of her bed. Her heart was pounding and her hands were trembling. The moment she had witnessed earlier kept replaying in her mind like a nightmare she couldn't wake up from. The man she loved, the man she thought she'd spend forever with, had betrayed her in the worst way. It felt like her entire world had crumbled in an instant. She had built her life around him, believing their bond was unbreakable. But now, it all felt like a bad joke. The image of him tangled up in bed with another woman haunted her. How did it come to this?
Hey, don't you do that. Don't you touch me. I don't care. Listen, white man, don't you touch me. Let go.
Stop resisting. Stop kicking.
Let go. Stop. Hey, let go.
Stop.
What was I thinking? She whispered to herself, her voice barely audible. Tears filled her eyes, each one a painful reminder of the trust she had given him so freely. She tried to hold back, but the emotions were too strong. Heartache, confusion, and rage all swirling inside her. Her phone buzzed beside her, but she couldn't bring herself to check it. She knew it was him. She didn't want to hear his excuses. Not now. Not ever. Suddenly, the front door opened and he walked in like nothing had happened. His face carried a smug grin, and he casually said, "Hey, babe." "Don't hey, babe me," Joseline snapped, standing up. Her face was red with anger. Her eyes locked onto his, filled with a mix of hurt and fury. "How could you do this to me? After everything we've been through?" He looked away for a second, almost like he was ashamed, but he tried to recover. "I can explain," he said. "Explain." She cut him off sharply. "You think I want to hear your sorry excuses? I saw it with my own eyes. What could you possibly say to make this right?" He looked uncomfortable, shifting where he stood. "It didn't mean anything, I swear." Joseline let out a bitter laugh. "Oh, so now you want to pretend it was nothing? That makes it worse. You were with someone else, and you want me to believe it meant nothing?" She stepped closer, her finger pressing into his chest. "You shattered my trust like it was worthless. I gave you everything, my love, my time, my loyalty, and you threw it all away." "I know I messed up," he said quietly. "I was weak." "Weak," she repeated, almost in disbelief. "Your weakness didn't just affect you, it destroyed us. You didn't just make a mistake, you wrecked everything we built together." Even though her voice was steady, it was obvious she was holding back tears. Joseline was hurting deeply, but she didn't want to let him see her fall apart. "I'm not some backup plan you can turn to when you feel like it," she said, stepping back. "I deserve more than this. I trusted you. I believed in us. But you've made your choice." He reached out to touch her arm, but she pulled away instantly. "You don't get to act like you care now," she said. "If you really loved me, you wouldn't have done this. I won't let you keep playing games with my heart."
We too grown for this.
That way. Right, that's why.
Respect people's boundaries and
right,
that's
and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
people need to learn how to respect each other. It's okay, y'all the aunties and the
Because
teens.
you came out here respectable. I was expecting you to come out here like, oh, ready on go.
I brought y'all flowers.
Yeah.
I brought you a gift, and then you got this crusty old lady sitting up here talking. Hold on, T.
I'ma let
Come
you.
on, auntie.
Give her, go.
Hold on. She's very disrespectful. I came out here with gifts. I haven't even gave y'all the gifts I brought you. I came out here with flowers.
Yes.
I'm congratulating you. Thank you for having me.
And thank you,
you know how much money I made Sue's network? Do you know I was outside of your daughter, I was the only other one.
Outside of me, she didn't do.
Girl.
But go ahead.
Her voice cracked as she added, "I fought so hard for our future, and you just gave it up like it meant nothing." "Joseline," he started, but she raised her hand to stop him. "Don't," she said firmly. "I've had enough. I won't be your second option. If you wanted to throw everything away for one night, that's your decision. But don't expect me to stand here and take it." She could feel the tears coming again, but this time, they weren't from sadness. They were from strength. She realized she wasn't going to let him break her. She was going to rise from this stronger than ever. The room went silent. He didn't know what to say. Joseline wiped her eyes and stood tall, her posture confident and unshaken. "You thought you could walk all over me," she said quietly. "But I am done being your doormat." She turned toward the door, her steps firm and steady. He called after her, but she didn't stop. "You'll regret this," he muttered. She smiled to herself. "No, you will," she whispered under her breath. As she stepped outside, the cool air hit her face, refreshing and freeing. She took a deep breath, ready to leave this chapter behind. It was time for a fresh start, one where she was in control of her life, focused on her own happiness, and determined never to let anyone dim her light again. Back in 2019, Joseline and her fiancé Ballistic had gone public with their relationship on Instagram. It looked like a fairy tale. Ballistic, a talented music producer, and Joseline, a fiery personality known for her bold presence on TV, seemed like the perfect match. They worked together in music, appeared on shows like Joseline's Cabaret, Love and Hip Hop, Miami, and even Marriage Boot Camp. By September of that year, they were engaged. On his birthday, Joseline posted a sweet message, calling him the most amazing man she had ever met. She promised him loyalty, affection, and a lifetime of love. Everything looked perfect on the surface. But lately, things have taken a turn, and not for the better. Rumors have started swirling about Ballistic, moving on, and, worse, airing Joseline's personal matters to the public. Some say he's exposing details about her that should have remained private. Whether the gossip is true or not, it's clear that their relationship is in deep trouble. There's also been a wave of comments about Joseline needing to clean up her act, literally and figuratively. Her name has been dragged through the mud, and the drama just keeps getting messier. If you know Joseline, though, you know she doesn't take disrespect lightly. Let's not forget, this is the same Joseline who once stood face-to-face with armed officers and walked away strong. That kind of fire doesn't fade easily. Lately, whispers about Joseline's hygiene have been spreading online, and it's not the first time this kind of talk has surfaced. One of the loudest voices in this mess has been Carissa, who didn't hold back during a recent podcast episode.
Dinero, 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 dinero. Dinero, 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 dinero. When that potato funky. You ever heard of that? You ever heard of this right here? Right here? That's what you need right there. Just that. And we restore in 28 days. You can get that. I'm about to do it right now.
It all began when Joseline made a guest appearance on the Anti-podcast, hosted by Tokyo Tony, Tia Kim, and Carissa. From the moment Joseline walked into the room, you could feel the tension. It was thick enough to cut with a knife. Joseline didn't come to play. She immediately fired shots at Carissa, calling her a bitter older woman and saying she was just jealous. According to Joseline, Carissa's life was full of broken dreams, while Joseline herself was thriving young, successful, and helping other women rise through her work with Zeus Network. She didn't stop there. Joseline even brought up Carissa's son, saying he was in jail, and suggesting Carissa should focus on fixing her own life before criticizing others. The shade was real. Carissa stayed calm during the interview, refusing to lash out in the moment. But once the episode aired, she hit back on Instagram Live. On her live stream, Carissa accused Joseline of trying to control the editing of the podcast to make herself look better. She claimed that Joseline made producers cut parts of the show to make it seem like Carissa was the aggressor. Then came the real bombshell. Carissa said that when Joseline entered the studio, there was a strange smell in the air. At first, people thought it was the cameraman. But Carissa insisted the scent was coming from Joseline herself. She claimed it was Joseline's private area, giving off the odor. That statement set the internet on fire. Fans were divided. Some people backed Carissa, saying they had heard similar things before. Others called her out for being shady and for not saying anything to Joseline's face during the show. One person even commented, "Why wait until after the interview to say all this?" Another chimed in, "It's not even new tea. Joseline's talked about not wearing deodorant because she's into natural living." Still, the drama didn't end there. Joseline has faced similar accusations in the past. During her feud with singer Kay. Michelle, in 2017, things got really personal. Joseline made comments about Kay, Michelle's hygiene, and even suggested home remedies to fix the problem. Now, the tables have turned, and people are saying Joseline is facing the same kind of rumors she once threw at others. It's like everything has come full circle. And of course, once the internet gets involved, things spiral fast. A woman from Los Angeles named Carla added fuel to the fire by jumping into Joseline's comment section, accusing her of not only smelling bad, but also having a botched surgery. Carla didn't hold back, and the backlash kept growing. Online, it's been a non-stop roast session. People are laughing, pointing fingers, and dissecting every little detail. But at the heart of all this mess is a woman who's clearly going through a tough time. Whether or not the rumors are true, Joseline is dealing with betrayal, public humiliation, and a crumbling relationship, all while being dragged across social media. It's easy to laugh at celebrity drama, but the pain behind it is real. Joseline may be loud and confident, but even the strongest people have their breaking point. Despite everything, she continues to show that she's not someone who will be brought down easily. Whatever happens next, one thing is for sure, Joseline is not going to stay quiet. She's already shown she can turn pain into power, and this situation might just be another chapter in her journey of transformation. She's made it clear she's not sticking around for people who don't value her. And as for those who think they can disrespect her without consequences, well, they better think again.